everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Today, we've got an exciting matchup on tap. It's the Cowboys coming in at 7-7, going up against the Seahawks, who come in at 11-3.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. So nothing there. I don't know that that's all in the back, though. You got to look at blocking there, don't you?
I would agree with that totally. At some point, they have to win at the point of attack. Instead, it was the defense getting it done again and holding them to no gain.
And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So 2nd and 10 here.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Start right there.
Throwing, Prescott. That is incomplete. The man with over 1,000 catches, Jason Witten, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
He's airing it out for Williams, and he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Now the Cemeteer man, Chris Jones, on to kick. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Here comes the D swarming to the line. First carry for Thomas Rawls. And he'll get this up to about the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. They go play action here on 1st down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. On 2nd down, Rawls. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On 3rd down, Wilson. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. From the gun, it's Wilson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky. Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
To throw on third down, Wilson dancing to his left. He can run for it, and he will. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. And left side here, it's Graham. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Wilson going to give to Rawls. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. So they need 6 yards here on third down. They're 2 for 2 on third down tries so far on this drive. From the shotgun, Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him. And that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So on fourth down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is right down the middle. And the Seahawks grab a 3-0 lead. And Charles, they get the field goal. Took him a dozen plays, though.
Work with me on this one. You know what I'm about to say, right? Bend but don't break. That's what came into play here for the defense. 12 plays were run at them. They only gave up 3 points. In a lot of ways, that's a win for the defense.
Short kick here, fielded about the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll be knocked down sideways. No gain on the play there. Second down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
On second down, Elliott found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. You'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Defense showing blitz. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
Last stop. Last stop.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And able to find Graham, complete. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A Seahawk first down, Wilson to his big target, Graham. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. Drops it underneath for Rawls. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now Wilson over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Here's Wilson to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. It's a gain of 7, and it's a second down. Wilson again to Rawls. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
The Seahawks on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Wilson. Wilson snags it left side. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So that scores now in their first 2 possessions, but it's 6-0. Probably not the kind of scores they were hoping for.
No, not at all, but I think that they've shown that they can have some success against this defense. So they'll go back to the sideline knowing the points are going to be there for the taking.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. We remind you, no night game tonight on Christmas Eve, but we make that up with 2 games under your tree tomorrow. Oh, that's nice. I'm just reading the card. I got to give props to our writer, Ed Brady, there. But we start with the Steelers and Texans at 4:30 Eastern, followed by the Raiders and Eagles, a Super Bowl 15 rematch. You impressed that I know that?
I'm very much impressed that you know that. Who was the MVP?
Yep, that'll be at 8:30 Eastern from Philadelphia. Prescott now on second down. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Now Elliott. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They go to Elliott again. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Third and long for Prescott. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Well, no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense goes off the field feeling pretty good about themselves, gaining some momentum as they force them into a likely punting situation.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And the D looking like they may blitz. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. It's caught outright by Graham. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. On second down, Wilson. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's third and long here. From the gun, Wilson into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Jordan Lewis, the rookie out of Michigan. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
A second down throw for Prescott. Going right side, he has Witten. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
On the sneak, it's Prescott.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. And ready now for 2nd and 9. Looking to throw. Prescott. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one. Well, at least they won't take a goose egg into intermission as they do carve out 3 points here in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Yeah, it hasn't really been the greatest of first halves. They've looked out of sync, especially on the offensive side of the ball. But a field goal here at least gives them some momentum as we tick down toward halftime.
And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry, so both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They stay on the ground. Rolls again. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they For several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Taken in at the 22. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Prescott on 1st down. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And some nifty running there. Ultimately, it doesn't get him a whole lot, but it does take him to the 45. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. From the pistol, here's Elliott. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right, he's pretty much been completely neutralized. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down right at the line of scrimmage. So the run gets them the 1st, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. Prescott to throw this time. And that's Elliott, complete. Room to run inside the 40. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A very solid gain of 27.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Again, it's Elliott. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. So just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive.
Let's go!
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now it's the Florida Atlantic alum. This is Alfred Morris. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Now Prescott. Oh, I can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. through. And that will tie things up at 6-6. So they come away from this opening drive in the third quarter with only 3, but at least it does draw them back level.
And that has to be job one. A touchdown certainly would have been nice, but here you get back on even terms, and now you've got the rest of the second half to try and get yourselves in front.
And Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Here's Wilson. Going to Rawls on the dump-off. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those, too.
A good pickup there, a 22. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. Pushing through the contact. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. Wilson. They set up the screen to Rawls. Breaks through the contact. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. A 10th carry for Thomas Rawls. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 6. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. So the offense has it 6-yard line, 1st and goal. They'll try to pound it in with Lacey. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Tyrone Crawford. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, so much for him being bottled up throughout the day. Finally finds a way to break through and get a really nice gain. The defense had felt great about what they had going. Now they've got to turn their attention to getting it back in that direction. Can they bottle him up again? Because I'd say after that run, confidence is pretty high for him.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. At 5 yards on the play there, as the drive will continue.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A handoff left. Elliott. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Flushed out right. He's got his man. It's Williams. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. And leading here late, so a chance for the defense to really close out this game if they can halt the offense. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
1st down, Prescott. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. Here it's 3rd and 2, and they're definitely showing blitz here. Back to throw. Drops it underneath, Elliott. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. A give to Elliott. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. And now the Seahawks are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Cowboys on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And this seemingly endless drive continues. It's a keeper with Prescott. And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Yeah, the defense definitely showing blitz here. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and goal. They come out here in the I. 3rd and goal now, so some urgency. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. Bailey now to kick this one away. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short of the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Cowboys, the win moves them to 8-7 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Arizona Cardinals.